Welcome, everybody. We're going to start here in just a minute or so. Give everybody a chance to get into jump online. Okay, faster than I thought. It's 1 o'clock. We're ready, or 1 o'clock in Arizona, so we're ready to get started. We want to be really thoughtful of our time that we have to spend with you because the most important thing that you can be doing is building business, and so we want to present something that we feel like is super important to us, and we hope that it will be very valuable to you. But we also want to be very, I'll move quickly through this so that you can kind of get an idea of what we've been working on, and hopefully it'll develop some questions and that you'll be seeking some answers from us so that we can help you see what we're trying to create. So first, I wanted to say thank you for spending your time with us here this afternoon and for your interest in the next innovation that we're bringing to environmental risk management. My name is Dalen Bentz. I am the Chief Strategy Officer here at UCPM. We're also joined by Bart Jarman. He is the Chief Operations Officer. So we've been working to build this out over the last 3 years, and we're excited to share it with you. I guess I should also mention that the chat feature is shut off so that it's not distracting to us, because we're like cats and just squirrels, I guess, looking at questions and trying to answer those right away. So we've opened up the Q&A feature. So if you want to enter your questions there, we will answer those at the end of the presentation, and hopefully we'll get to as many of them as we have time. If not, we're excited to be able to schedule one-on-ones with you or you and your team to share a little bit more about how we feel like NXUS might fit into your sales and marketing process and delivering solutions to your customers. So, like I mentioned, 3 years ago, we started out trying to solve a problem or this question of, if our agency partners could build programs and solutions to position themselves as a best-in-class environmental risk manager, what would they build? So our answer is NXUS programs. And we feel like this is the first program built by brokers for brokers to position you as a complete risk manager with data-driven solutions and best practice CPL solutions there is available on the market. So we always want to make sure that we're using your time wisely. And so the first question is, am I in the right place? Is this going to be of value to me to spend the next 20 minutes or so with UCPM? So this is all about, we believe that the key to the many is the one, and that you need to win relationships one interaction at a time. And so if you're here to build your brand, deliver the best products, and to increase your expertise that you're bringing as a risk manager, we hope that we will answer some of those questions and that you find value through this presentation. Our goal here at UCPM that drives us is, how do we help our customers win every time? It helps keep us sharp and constantly innovating as we look for better ways to serve and guide you. And so some of those innovations and solutions that we've brought over the last 30 years are all focused around trying to make you the hero, and us try to guide you as your environmental consultants to be able to direct you to the right solutions, to be the right fit and match for your customers so that you can win. And some of those ways have been, developing the first multi-carrier portal back in 2002, our patented DCAT, our dynamic coverage analysis tool. We've been laser focused on environmental for over 30 years. And we've brought environmental consulting in a way that is accessible to all businesses of all sizes and helps them navigate risk in a way that more so than just transfer. The approach that, or the way that the world is as it is today, is that we're constantly trying to find the right match and fit for the exposure, and then try to cover that with bring in the right coverage. And so that approach has developed the market in all aspects, but it's always this question of what is the best fit and match? Is it price? Is it product? Is it, where is their top risk? These are the questions that I think that we're all trying to solve, but that we don't feel like there are solutions that are available. One of the innovations that we introduced, like we talked about, was the DCAT. So that was to try to help find a solution to break down the details of a quote and better identify what is the best solution. Still, this doesn't align the solution with what is best, because that is ultimately for you to try to figure out with your customer, but at least it defines it better in a way that it's easier to understand. So if you haven't seen the DCAT before, it's basically taking 3 to 4 70+ policies and helping you figure out what that right fit and match is. But this is the closest that we can come to help you win and find that right fit. While we feel like it's a great solution for what we have at the time, we do get feedback from our agency partners asking for the quote. Where is the quote or the solution that comes in where every box on the DCAT is checked with a yes, so that our customers know that they are perfectly covered, that that we can deliver the best solution. One of the other ways that we've tried to fit and match or match your approach to the market is by seeing how do you go about business with your customers, and then matching that with solutions on our side so that it feels like hand in glove, and the solutions that we're bringing are solutions that you would bring yourself. So being very agency and customer focused, delivering consulting services to be able to enhance or add value, matching your brand and all that we do so that you're able to present our understanding of environmental risk, but present it under your brand. It's all about elevating you. So we developed the NXUS program, this exclusive program, and it kind of goes beyond a program. It's really about a methodology. And then we've kind of baked this into a program that we're first launching as under CPL, a CPL solution. So it's about something that we feel like we figured out a way to help you win every time. And it is tailored coverage, not technology, all bound up together, but it really can connect with that precise moment where business is seamlessly aligned with the coverage that you need. So while we've had 30 years as an environmental risk wholesaler, we understand that there were some changes that needed to take place in order for us to accomplish our goal. So some of the transformations that have taken place here at UCPM is that first we became a cover holder with Lloyd's, so we could design the program from the ground up and eliminate the gotchas that are typically hidden in coverage forms. We financed and created our own reinsurer to break industry norms and position ourselves to innovate how we can approach pollution coverage. And we leveraged our more than 23 years of writing over 100,000 CPL policies into our own AI models to create enhanced intelligence. This uses AI for efficiency and accuracy to empower you and our team to deliver the best human-centered customer experience. So this is all about building out that framework and foundation to be able to allow us to have the flexibility to really innovate the market. And now we feel like we've got the right foundation in place. We also felt like we needed to build the perfect policy form. So we went through all of our years of experience and again asked ourselves, what do our customers want? What do they need to deliver to their customers in a way that will help them sell and close and win more business? So to understand most policy forms, you may feel like you need a law degree to understand what is included and what isn't. So we took the lessons that we learned from that and from the DCAT, and we built them into an easy to understand policy form that we built from the ground up. And this wasn't a copy and paste of other forms. We used all of our data analytics to create a new approach to policy writing, one for that you and your customer can understand. So just like the DCAT, we were able to take it and create coverage summaries that are visually easy to navigate, but we also designed it in a way that reads like a book. Because one of the most important elements of this policy form, which is at the root of the innovativeness of this solution, is that this is a very flexible policy form. So we made it flexible and agile so that we can offer over 2 billion coverage combinations to give you the control to match and fit the solution that you need to win business. So it is designed to read like a book with clear visual cues of what is included and what is not. When it comes time to navigate claims, there's no more jumping around the document to figure out what is covered. We hope to eliminate as much anxiety and the mysteries of understanding policy forms through this new NXUS policy form. It is really clean, and it really is about setting things up in a way that when you need it most, you're not trying to navigate the policy form to figure out whether a claim is covered or not. We want to create total ease, eliminate anxiety, and build confidence in you and your relationships with your customer, that they have confidence in what you're delivering to them. So to help you win every time, we need to know where you are on the path. And so that is why we built Pathfinder as your virtual guide to finding the environmental risk management solutions you need when you need them. So we say it is the world of environmental risk management at your fingertips. While it is still being built out and will continue to evolve, once fully operational, you'll be able to access exclusive programs like NXUS, sales and marketing resources, growth multipliers, and experts by quickly searching your customer's class of business or NAICS code. You will also be able to access all of your accounts, as well as share those accounts between other team members or agency leadership. It's an easy to navigate dashboard to help you win and keep business, and keep the business that you fight hard to serve. One of the exclusive solutions that we've been proud to offer to you and your customers is environmental consulting through our partnership with Environmental Risk Professionals. This valuable resource and guidance has allowed our partner agencies to provide more than risk transfer and be true environmental risk managers to their customers. The product offering through ERP, those product offerings have set us apart from other environmental risk wholesalers and generalists that are on the market. So as we built NXUS, we understood how important it was to create a virtual environmental consultant process into the solution. So once we understand the customer's class of business, we utilize data-driven analysis to determine what coverage is needed. But only when we understand the unique business practices of the contractor on the job site or back at the office can we truly uncover the hidden risks and exposures that may need to be covered. So once we have this feedback from the contractor, we can be surgically precise in including or cutting out the coverage that is needed or not. So you're already familiar with the DCAT and its value in simplifying coverage analysis, but we've also expanded our analytic tools. The DCAT, our dynamic risk analysis tool, quickly identifies and evaluates customer-specific environmental risks and connects them with to where a contractor may encounter that exposure. It assists you in the sales process by normalizing the exposure and risk to the contractor so they understand the need for coverage you are recommending. So it's really a sales and marketing tool to help them understand before you're offering the solution that they actually have a risk exposure. We find quite often that we hear from our partner agencies that my contractor, my customer doesn't feel like there's exposure. So we only offer it when they're required to have it. So this is a solution that allows us to be able to identify with what they're doing and where the risk is so that you can share that with them and normalize that so that there is, when you're recommending environmental coverage, they understand the reason why. And that leads us to our alert methodology, which is our branded environmental risk process that drives our philosophy and user experience. We analyze risk, lead customers to solutions, empower their decision-making, reduce exposures where we can, and then transfer the exposures we cannot. Managing your customer's risk and the sales process is a year-round effort. So to support that and your relationship building and nurturing activities, we built the Environmental Observer to be a constant monitoring resource for claim stories, industry changes, and news. Environmental Observer is designed with automation and can be filtered to quickly identify and share stories and articles you feel will better support your customers and guide them to solutions to better protect their business. One of our customers, which is a large national supply chain vetting company, we developed Coverage Verifier to be able to help them identify their contractors and whether they have the correct environmental coverage that is required. So this is a tool that leverages AI technology, our library of over 70,000 analyzed forms, and it's in our patented DCAT technology to critique a contractor's environmental coverage. And the result is basically a report card. It's either they have the required coverage in place, which is a pass, or they don't, and it's a fail. So what we've done is we've taken all of the experience and the data that we've collected from building this solution, and we've reverse engineered it so that we can deliver it through NXUS and identify how do we match any coverage that is in place to a new customer through a NXUS policy. So once we have all of these foundational pieces in place, we need to build the perfect solution. So as I mentioned earlier, the question is, what is the perfect solution? So we believe it is one that is built to be flexible enough to flex when you and where you want to go and what solution you need to win. So while these are not packages, they're more of a scale or mile markers along the path. It basically is tailored solutions that allow you to match and win where you need to be. So it's like basically the NXUS is a great big dial that we're allowing you to dial things up or dial them down to be able to get it right in the right spot to match and fit what you need to win the business. So all of these solutions that are built with 15% commission and environmental consulting either available or included in that process. So again, kind of building out our alert methodology. So let's start with what we've repeatedly heard from our partner agencies, which we talked about earlier. Can you give me the best coverage guaranteed? So we feel like we've done that with our NXUS Max quote, which includes some really unique solutions that we've provided. So some of the innovations that we're presenting today have to do with the new approach to CPL, but it also has to do with some very unique endorsements. And all of this approach is about, it's probably most powerful for agents and producers to be able to close business, but it also is super powerful for those that support those teams to get super quick quotes and understand that we're covering all E&O issues and we can get things done and deliver the best solution. So let's talk a little bit about what a NXUS Max quote is and what it's included. So you can see kind of our Venn diagram there. So the idea is that the blue circle represents a class of business, and your customer, the yellow circle, I guess it is, in the middle there, it's about making sure that they have the correct coverage. But if we don't properly understand everything that they're doing with their business beyond just what class of business that they're in, they can end up any place on that Venn diagram. And we understand that this coverage is guaranteed to make sure that they have the perfect coverage in place. But if we have a situation where we have written what we feel like is the perfect policy form that has better language, that's easier understood and easy to follow, but what if you get into a claim scenario where your previous policy had wording that would better support them in a claim? We developed the choice of wording endorsement, which is a new concept that we developed for environmental insurance, giving the most favorable wording to a claim scenario. We use the best wording to better support your customers in a claim, if that is in the new policy language or in the previous policy. We're also introducing what we call the contract owner guarantee. This is also completely unique to UCPM and NXUS endorsements. So what it is we guarantee that the policy will comply with the pollution language requirements of any contract the insured enters into with a project owner. So this would not include higher limits that the project might require, which may require additional premiums. But if the project owner requires any specific language, we guarantee it, and we will add that language by endorsement to comply with the contract requirement for no additional premium. So again, this is a sales and marketing tool that you can utilize to be able to build confidence with your customer, to understand that it's not just about the work that you're doing right now, it's about the business that you want to get, and making sure that you have the correct terminology in place to make sure you can get on that job. Now, the Venn diagram is maybe a little misleading, because you may look at this and you say, oh, this is going to be expensive. But what we've done is we've done it in a way that it has very competitive pricing for everything that is being offered in this package. So what we've done is, we've analyzed over 50,000 data points on price to make sure that our prices are competitive. I mean, this is all of the DCAT data that we've poured through. We also understand policy. We also understand price. So we want to make sure that we're putting you in a position that this isn't out of range, but that you're covering all of your bases. You're making sure your customer is protected. There is nothing better that's out on the market today. So this coverage also includes our environmental consulting, which is our CERC process that allows them to use their contractors, the environmentally conscious contractors certification. So they can use that from a marketing standpoint. Most of our customers have their insureds post this on their website. We've heard story after story of contractors that are able to win or get on additional jobs because they're showcasing a certification like this that shows that they're best in class. It also includes pollution prevention practices, which is one of those tools that we do use to reduce or guide customers on how to navigate that risk. So we also have what we call the max coverage guarantee, which is we've analyzed the marketplace and we can guarantee that the NXUS policy fully executed provides the most coverage available anywhere on the market. So hopefully you're sticking with me here, because my voice is starting to die, but hopefully you see some of the cool stuff that we're delivering here. One of the last things that I want to emphasize on the NXUS Max quote is that it is the fastest quote on the market. So all of you on the call today that need to navigate getting quotes and getting them quickly for your team, there is no faster way to get the best quote policy or best quote possible on the market. And because what we've designed is that we understand what we need and what we don't need. So we cut out all of the obstacles that are unnecessary in the process of asking questions that are unrelated to a contractor specific business. And we can narrow it down to, we need the name, the address, and then either the payroll or revenue, and we can automatically generate a max quote. You can have that within, a minute, 30 seconds, as quickly as you have that information and you can enter it in the system, you can be on your way with the best quote on the market. So that sounds very salesy, but it is. It's awesome. But what about a situation where you already have coverage and you want to match but improve what they currently have, what the customer currently has? So this is where we talked about earlier with our coverage verifier, where we're able to reverse engineer and understand and read coverage and then be able to deliver a match. So with our NXUS match, you can see our Venn diagram. The coverage is getting a little bit tighter. We're still fitting our customers within that space because we're matching it to what they already had coverage in place. But some of the things that are enhancing this through NXUS is that we also include our choice of wording endorsement. And we have our match of current coverage. So we also guarantee that we're going to match price or come in less than the current price. This also includes our environmental consulting, our CERC, and our PPPs. And so the only thing that's different between the max and the match is that it's going to require a little bit more involvement on your side, which is going to be basically uploading the current policy so that our system and our AI can read and make sure that we're building the correct match, getting to the correct price and delivering that. It's still very quick, but it's one more step that you have to do to be able to get the match quote. So then just to play this out all the way through and say, this is the full scale, the full spectrum of what we're able to offer. This is the dial all the way up and the dial all the way down. We want to be able to talk about how do we build a completely custom tailored policy for a specific customer, because not all roofers are the same. Not all plumbers are the same. You've got a unique business and we want to be able to match that. So we're giving you the dial to do all of those things. But we want to just use an extreme here to be able to say what we can chase at a minimum and then what we can deliver as a maximum. So with the a NXUS custom policy, what we're able to do is that we can deliver you the lowest premium. So what we're going to be able to deliver is the essential coverage needed. And you're able to go in, it's going to require a little more involvement. And this is where, like I showed you earlier, there's the virtual environmental consultant. So we'll get through the initial setup of the quote, and then there'll be a link that you can send to your customer, which will have that page that will go through and they can answer the specific questions about their business, what they do on their job site versus what they do, just as if an environmental consultant was sitting across the table from them. These are the exact same questions, all class of business focused, all to dial in that precision information that we need to carve out what we don't and make sure that we're covering exactly what we need. So you may be saying that, these are not my customers, I'm not chasing the lowest premium. But we've had scenarios where we've got either somebody that's installing an AT&T cell tower or a weather kite. Your pollution exposure is extremely limited, but they're still required to carry CPL in order to get on the job. That's a scenario where we can move the dial all the way down, understand their business, understand their exposure, make sure those are covered, and then allow you to be able to be a real risk manager and be able to sit in front of them and weigh out the options of what do we need to include and not include. And we give you all of those tools and levers to be able to pull to make sure that you're getting things exactly the way you want them. So some of this is you're not seeing live dashboards. Let me address that right now. So in January, we launched NXUS. And some of you may have been on the site to kind of tinker around and you've seen some changes. We launched the site and we got some really good feedback. So we were so excited as we developed this product. And like I said, we were starting from the ground up. We were excited to deliver all of the solutions to you. But we kind of took the approach of, we want to make everything available to them. We want to be able to have their own coverage builder and let's show them all of these unique things that we built. But it was kind of like stepping into the cockpit of an airplane and there's dials and switches and you've never flown a plane. That was the feedback that we got was, hey, this is maybe a little more complicated than we need. We love where you're going with this. We love the approach, but maybe let's make it a little more user friendly. So we heard you. We were excited about it. And so within the last couple weeks here, we've redesigned the system in a way that it's going to be much more user friendly. And so what you'll find is starting February 10th is the I call it the innovation, the evolution to the revolution in CPL. So starting on February 10th, we're scheduling opportunities for individuals or agencies to be walked through our new NXUS platform. And you can see all of these tools. You can go on the site now and you can see kind of our old version. So if you want to kind of get into the cockpit and see what it is that we were trying to deliver for you, I would recommend maybe you hold off for another week or so here and then set up an appointment with somebody on our team here. We'll reach out to you after the webinar, and you can set up your own one-on-one, or we can present it to your team so that we can showcase how, from a sales and marketing standpoint, you can use all of these things beyond NXUS, how we can deliver Pathfinder to help you more in your sales with your customers and with nurturing them year round, as well as when you have opportunities in CPL, how we can deliver through this NXUS program. So with that, that was the end of my presentation here. So we nailed it. We hit it within a half an hour. So we appreciate your time. We're going to look and see if we've got any questions here. We can answer those. Stick around if you'd like to hear some of them. If not, we can reach out to you soon and schedule a one-on-one. So Bart, if you don't mind being my co-pilot here, and let me know if we've got some questions in the chat and if we can get some of those answers.
We did have one question, Dale, and I'll jump in just a little bit. We had a question regarding whether or not we can do CGL coverage as well. Right now, the NXUS product is just a CPL product, but the NXUS brand will be a suite of new products coming your way. So right now, it's NXUS CPL, but stay tuned for additional things coming soon.
Yeah, and I think that to add or to build onto that answer, we're, like I said, we're trying to help you win every time. And so this is, many of you, I look through the list of those that are on the call today. You see the value in working with our wholesale broker team, that expertise, that responsiveness, the good people that we have. Solutions like NXUS is complementary to the solutions that we're already providing through wholesale brokerage. So this is an enhancement. This is a solution that we're hoping to expand the solutions. And just like Bart mentioned, the NXUS brand, we're starting with CPL. We're looking to expand beyond that and utilize all of the feedback that we get from you, our customers. It really is about building solutions for you. So if you're needing whatever it is, something from us, we would love to work with you and your agency to be able to make sure that we're fitting and matching the solutions that you need and building onto NXUS or custom programs or more expertise, whatever it is that we can offer to help you win. So question I see in the chat here is, will it be easy to quote CPL with professional? So we had... Oh, did you already answer that? Oh, I'll answer it. So when we first built it, we actually included professional in there. We felt like we could do better with our professional delivery. So we will be able to deliver a NXUS CPL quote and a professional quote. We're going to involve our broker team to be able to make sure that we're getting you the best solution from a professional standpoint. And then once we, just like Bart mentioned, we're able to improve the process and do the same thing that we did with CPL, start from the ground up, make sure that we're building the perfect policy to be able to deliver on other coverages like professional. Then we'll introduce those through the NXUS brand. We hope that brand will be associated with situations where we can guarantee you that it is the best solution possible. And if we need to be following our how we do it now, where we go, you give us the help, you identify where we could help you, and then we'll go hunt the market and we'll figure out what we can do to try to get you that best solution. For now, we don't have a NXUS professional, but we're working on that as well. Awesome. Sounds like that was at least I responded and we got an answer. Any other questions that you have? Otherwise, we don't want to take much more of your time. We will be having additional webinars. Again, I think that there's a hand raised, but I don't know how to answer that. If you can put your question in the Q&A, if you can see that, it should be up in your dashboard. Bart, maybe you need to help navigate where to find that. Or maybe that was a wave. I don't know. It was a hand that was raised. So maybe it was a high five. We'll consider that was a high five, that you liked it, unless I see some questions. Anyways, what I would recommend is that you book time for a one-on-one. Again, like I said, you feel free to go on to the website. You can access NXUS through the existing credentials that you have if you've worked through our online portal. So you can use those same credentials. If you do not have access, please reach out to us. We can get you access. But schedule time for a one-on-one. I think that's the best way to meet you where you're at on your path, and really identify like, hey, I've got this opportunity. Let's walk this through and really explore how we can solve these problems. Okay, here we go. Now we've got a question. Where do we get this recording? Great question. We will go ahead and reach out to you after this meeting individually. We've got everybody that is on the call. And so we'll contact you directly. We can share the video so you can share it with your team. Or if you want to have your own one-on-one so that as people have their questions, we feel like that's the most productive. Well, I hope that this presentation has been productive for you and your team to share as a video. Ultimately, it is about winning solutions right where you're at. So if we can do one-on-ones, then we can have people say, okay, but this is my scenario. Okay, but what about this situation? And so hopefully you find those answers from this webinar. But if not, we're here to we're here to win your relationship one interaction at a time. So we'll reach out to you after this and set up opportunities to connect with each of you. Awesome. I'm going to assume that everybody's got most of your answers, and now I'm either muted or you're already gone. So I just want to say thank you. We appreciate your time. Look forward to working with you in the future. Please let us know how we can help you, and any feedback that you have on these solutions that we're providing to you, or ideas on things that we can do better. Thanks. Appreciate it.